Yeah, I know what type of time I'm on when I step in the scene, man. Had them bottles ready, had them sparkles ready. It's gonna be a good night. Last time around, it was different. Somebody tell them pay attention, nigga.
Yeah. Welcome to this brand new episode of another City Opinion podcast. Your boy John, my co-host Dev, I know him as Dev in the back. And let's jump right into the episode. Damn, service fucking up. Nah, shit just. Let me turn off the Wi-Fi on my phone too. I'll just be turning off everything because shit be.
Full time, full time, full time,
Should be
full
going
time.
a little haywire. Turn off the Wi-Fi on there. Ooh,
Mighty Wolf.
turn off the Wi-Fi. But let's jump right into the circus. The circus continues. I'm surprised that case is going. But not to compare cases, but that I felt like the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion was another, hip hop court case that went on
Oh
for
yeah, definitely,
ever. But the case you're
definitely.
talking about is the Diddy trial. I said the trial of the decade. It hasn't got the news traction that it has gotten. I feel like no case has gotten the same amount of news traction, but since technical not technical difficulties, but scheduling conflicts, we couldn't film last week, but we're back, and a lot has taken place in that case. Kitty Dunn came to court, testified.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
You got now Cassie talking about Diddy Mama. You saw Diddy Mama alleged she saw them being sexually involved.
Wait, she said something about Diddy and his mom?
Yes, today. She
I
said
must have
something.
missed that. What the
Yeah,
yo? I know Cassie I know she just gave not just gave birth, but in this past week or 2 weeks, she gave birth.
yeah. Congratulations to Cassie, but yeah, in a recent update, in her statement, she talked about Diddy and his mom being almost sexually active and her giving him pointers when it comes to sex and things of that nature. And talking about the mom drizzled his nut and macaroni and stuff.
She says, Janice.
Yeah, like she would take his man juices and put it into the food.
Oh,
I don't know if you want to take a moment just listen to that video I just said, but and talking about Diddy mom used to watch them have sex, like used to be in the room, allegedly.
this
Giving
made the
him
court
pointers.
case. That's crazy.
Yeah, allegedly giving him pointers, putting his male secretions into food, watching them have sex, being in a space, seeing them kiss, like not just mom dad kiss or mom child kiss, but like seductively.
Uh,
So
um, well, if that was the case, that could also drive into why Diddy is the sexual deviance, because it usually starts from
I mean,
shit that
again,
happened
we
when
always
you're younger. So
generally we always wonder when we have these sexual cases. Usually victims make victims, right? So usually people who victimize people sexually were once victims. That's
mhm.
how it tends to happen. And so, based on what Cassie was reporting, if it's true, it's all alleged at the moment. But if it's found to be true, we can see what has led to Diddy's sexual nature or alleged sexual nature and why he is who he is when it comes to the freak offs.
tell you, the sex workers is getting interviewed now.
Are they?
Yeah, the one that seems to be getting all the interviews because his nickname, one of the sex workers that Diddy got, his nickname was the Punisher, and
Do he
he,
wear the Punisher? Do he have the Punisher shirt on in the interview?
I don't know, but
Does he? Do he have a Punisher tattoo?
I was Cameron just interviewed him for his shit.
For
I was,
Cam shit or for the sports podcast?
nah, the what is it is what it is, not the other shit. Talk with
The
Flea.
other,
There you go.
yeah,
Talk
talk
with
with
Flea.
Flea.
Talk with Flea. I just
Okay.
couldn't remember it, but not for the sports pop. But Cameron interviewed him. He's apparently getting
Yeah.
some backlash because he asked the Punisher about casting. He was like, is it good?" He asked about
Yeah.
the status of the cat, and a lot of people not big fans of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, he asked about that. And also I was watching one of the Tony Yayo's. Vlad just dropped a new clip of Tony Yayo. Vlad said he got a
Uh,
whenever it's filmed, but he said in that clip he's going to be interviewing the Punisher guy next week. He said it in that clip, so
yeah.
he about to go on a press run
Yeah,
on
he
this
going
whole
to
thing.
press run. I mean, look, take advantage of your opportunity. Shit, your moment,
Should be,
15
should
seconds,
be
15
crazy.
seconds of fame. Your moment in the spotlight. Hey, your name being brought up in cases and shit. Why not get out here and speak your truth? Like, I ain't mad at him, but I'm just saying the whole Diddy mama situation, saying like Cassie saying that he was putting his mother was cooking with his male juices.
That's crazy. Well, Kid Cudi testified.
Sitting back in the corner, like watching them have sex, like, yeah, baby, go ahead, baby. Also, remember Dave Chappelle did
The real world,
grandmama with the camcorder,
mhm.
like sitting back and just watching. Go ahead, baby, go ahead. Like, yes, grandmama. That's how it sound right now. It sounds like a Dave Chappelle skit. And also Dave Chappelle did a skit of Diddy previously before. So
But I don't know, man. That like I said, I don't see. And then Trump also said he would pardon Diddy if he felt like
yeah,
Diddy was
I saw
being
that.
he felt like Diddy was being unfairly treated. He
Yeah.
said he'll pardon him. He'll look into it.
Yeah.
But 50 and
Shit
still
crazy,
his
man.
slowness and that he said,
Of
I'm gonna let
course, of
Trump
course.
know. Nah, don't pardon him. He was talking shit about you. And he posted shit. Did he talk shit about Trump? Like, nah, he ain't
Damn,
got no
50
pardon.
dry snitcher.
He said this about you.
50 dry snitcher.
But nah, but you know what's funny? Trump said he was in the shit. He was like, he said him and Diddy was cool, but Diddy said some not so some things about him. But other than that, he hasn't spoken to Diddy like in years. Trump said that in the whole shit. But that shit is just
Word.
that whole shit is dead ass funny. But but it, like I said, I see Diddy I'm not gonna lie, his reputation when like if, even he was to not end up going to prison, his reputation is pretty much shot. Well, all the shit that he still have the
Yeah, that's what I
money,
said. Regardless
money
of
and the
him,
power, but it's
regardless of him being, even if he comes home, the reputation is shot. Like, there's no coming back from it. So and again, a lot of people do believe that he will do sometime, but probably won't be in there forever. But at the end of the day, the reputation is done. And ultimately, that's all that really matters because, again, his ability to make new money will be affected.
yeah. But like I said, there's a few people that still showing support for Diddy outside, like in industry wise, but
Yeah.
people have steered clear to that shit. So like I said, it's just gonna make the whole after this, like if he doesn't go to jail, it's just gonna make the whole industry shit just a little weird. So it's like
Yeah.
he beats the case. I'm pretty sure he's gonna celebrate. Not like, I'm not saying he's gonna throw like a mega Diddy party, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna
Right.
have like a close gathering of his people and celebrate his freedom. But I don't know. It's just a whole thing, and I'm pretty sure the industry is paying attention to see how this plays out.
Oh, definitely.
There's a lot of people, not even just about the Diddy party that just was around Diddy. I just feel like have been
Yeah.
very quiet on the topic.
Right.
What? It's a crazy case.
Yeah. It's like you said, case of the decade, because I don't, even with the Tory and Meg thing that keep coming back, nothing amounts to this Diddy case.
Yeah, so and it's crazy how Cassie became the star witness of this the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, she was originally paid off, but she was told, she was brought to justice, and she has to, do her legal obligation.
Man, like I was saying, fast forward and seeing how all this shit played out, you think Diddy still would have settled that case as quickly as he did?
Now, okay, hindsight is 2020, but like his goal was all ultimately to shut this shit down. If he shut the fuck up, but the goal was always to shut this shit down. And so, if he like say he had a magical ball or something, and he could see the future, I think he would work extra hard to try to shut the shit down. Like he won't be like, because he's so Diddy and shit. Like, all right, now I know I got to do this. He gonna be like, I'm gonna do extra and still go to jail and have to go to court still. Like, I don't think that changed. He just would have tried to do more in order to shut the shit down.
That's what it seemed like. He was like, "Fuck it." She knows some shit. She was there where certain shit happened. Didn't know he did certain shit to her, so
Yeah.
he's like, "Fuck it." But man, that shit. But like I said, I don't know how much jail time. I still think he's gonna be in the range of like 5 to 10.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be nothing again, because again, like with all this stuff that's been coming out.
Because none of the charges is about anything with Cassie, So it's
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. It's nothing with
it's
Cassie.
not assault of
Yeah,
anything.
that's what I'm saying. Like everything and I said this last time we potted, they bring Cassie up as a star witness, but all of what she's speaking to is not what he's being charged for. Like all his affliction against her is not what he's being brought to justice for. And so with that's why I'm like, this just to me is just a matter of ruining the man, ruining the image. Like, so yes, he might still do some time, but I think the ultimate goal is to ruin his image where he will never be accepted in the world culture again. Like, he will do his time and then he will disappear. And I think ultimately when it comes to the powers that be, that's what they want.
Yeah, but crazy. How long do you think this case drags out? Another month? 2?
I think we go into the fall. I think, maybe probably out close to the end of the year. It might quiet down, but I think it's going to be something that's revisited throughout the course of this year.
Damn. But that's it.
2025, baby.
Craziness. We mentioned Meg and Tory. Tory still pushing. Or,
Excuse me.
there's people pushing for his release
Right.
on his behalf. Shit, like I said, apparently the person that stabbed Tory all those times made a statement. So it's like
Yeah.
shit people get platforms to be able to speak up. Sharing shit is crazy, but do you see Tory Lanez serving his full time, or think he's eventually gonna get out?
Yeah, I definitely feel like he's gonna get out sooner than later, especially with him, being if not earlier, he's definitely gonna get moved from another prison. He probably be put into protection, uh some type of he definitely won't be in general population no more, for his own safety. And I think with that, um and then a whole new shit that's coming up with this case, and the video
The video
they
that came out, a picture of him
yeah,
walking bloody came out.
yeah, a picture of him walking bloody, the video of Meg talking about, she can't have this for her career, and all this craziness that's coming out now. I think his legal team will use that as means, not only for his life being attacked, but even with this stuff, I think that will give the courts enough to reopen the case. And ultimately, I can see Tory get home before this year ends. I can see him being home, or at least move to something, a minimum type of prison where he's safe.
Maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know, but I just think at this point, because although I don't look at Tory as a big celebrity, what happened to him? He's too big of celebrity for stuff like that to happen to him, and then him being put back into the same prison. Like, people are going to be calling for his safety, because there's already going to be questions about the safety of all the prisoners in that particular prison. And so that warden and sheriff, whoever fucking charge of that prison, is going to have to answer to what took place. And so I think they're going to have to make changes. And then you have somebody of some celebrity this happened to. They're going to have to make some changes. And then a part of that, like, as long as he's there, that's going to bring a negative spotlight to this prison, although it is prison. That's going to bring a negative spotlight to this prison. So I think having him there brings too much media coverage of that prison, where it might open up other shit where that's going on that might be wrongfully handled, where I feel like they will possibly move him just to keep the media circus away from that prison.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, he's still, he's a celebrity, so it's definitely gonna bring attention to. But yeah, it's like, how do you explain? Oh shit! But I don't. This is a very. I don't know. This is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate turn of event. Shit. Just tells you how quick life can turn around. Quarantine radio was lit. He was doing his thing. The drunken night goes haywire, and now we're here.
Yeah.
Whether you believe it or not.
Right.
Because, there's the ones that say, Tory's innocent, and then there's the ones that believe he did what he did. And, but
Yeah.
we'll continue to see how it goes, but they haven't, I feel like, no, nothing concrete or earth shattering has been posted.
Yeah.
That's gonna say that yet. 'Cause I don't know what they have,
Right,
but
right.
that's in concrete. I know.
Nothing to
Pic-
reopen it.
I'm saying her pictures of her feet just hit the internet. A video came out of like the actual when the dash cam footage when the cops there. People try to
Yeah.
say she stepped on a bottle. So it's like if you pay attention to shit, it's like a lot of like switching of the narratives.
Yeah.
Then Meg's friend, they're not friends no more, but her friend at the time,
Yeah.
her security guard came forward and people
Right.
was twisting what he's saying. People were acting like he's the actual security guard that was there that night.
Right.
No,
Yeah. He's
he's the
not.
security guard that was not there that night. He was the security guard for Meg's old friend.
And
And he
he
was a security guard that was doing security for her while she was going to court for this whole
right.
situation. Apparently, he came out forward and he said that she said to
Right.
her husband that
Right.
she actually shot Meg or something along the lines of that. So it's like as a he said she said, and that's not really anything they could do with. That's
Right.
not,
Right.
and so
He
there's
didn't
not.
record. He didn't record anything.
Yeah,
He
it's no
just
sense that.
allegedly heard a conversation that
Yeah,
she
overheard the
had with her.
conversation while he was in the
Yeah.
car with her. So that's not, like I said, it's not earth shattering. It's just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But if something if they could get their hands on something that could prove his innocence like that,
Right.
and if there's something out there like that, let it come to light and let that man be free. If there's
Word.
something that could really prove, hope, like
Prove his innocence.
yeah, I he didn't do this. This is the
Yeah.
100%.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Mhm. I'm pretty sure that was a lot of shit was going on that night.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's only a matter of time, but there are plenty of people, and especially after this happened, a lot more people is speaking for him, and hopefully he gets free. But
Right.
let's get into um, music. Well, technically, it's all that's hip hop, but bad hip hop. Apparently, there was a list of the 50 best dressed rappers that came
Who,
out.
who put
And
that list together?
you said what?
Who put that list together? Complex.
I think it's complex. Let me see. When the Wi-Fi is turned off, I gotta turn the Wi-Fi on. My phone service has been terrible, man.
You dropped it in the group?
I put the thing, but it was through my mixtape, so I don't know if it's the
Oh,
actual
okay.
post still there.
Where it come from? Right, right.
But I sent it. I sent it in the chat, but my mixtapes sometimes be removing posts. So
Yeah, yeah. But they also talk. Yeah, my mixtape be saying bullshit and then they be deleting it.
but 50 best dressed rappers.
Yeah,
Let me
my
see.
mixtape always changing and posting shit. Cause I'm on a IG. I really don't see it no more. But do you have the list?
I'm trying to get the list, but Fat Joe basically spoke about how he was left off the list.
But when you think about rap fashion though, like who are the guys that you think about? I would say
Yay,
the first person I think about is Ye.
yay.
And
Dipset,
Dipset, Fab,
ASAP, ASAP Rocky.
ASAP, yep, ASAP Rocky. Like maybe Tyler, because Tyler Creator, he had Wolf, like he had his Wolf golf shit. Like I don't look to him like, oh, that's a fly nigga. But like when I see his clothes on his website, I be like, oh, that's tight. That's tight. Oh, for real. I don't know if that counts. Do For Real count in that?
I would say, do they count Pharrell as a rapper? That would be like the one.
Yeah, it's like
Mm.
like For
Does he
Real.
get
Like
the
is he?
does he get the rapper the tag? Oh yeah, he's a rapper.
Yeah. Is he? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, does he get the Migos? Once upon a time, I never liked the way them niggas dressed, but all that Versace shit, all that shit that these tight clothes these niggas was wearing, Migos was one of the niggas that was doing this shit. Like niggas was copying Migos.
Trying to see who posted relevant list, but we got it. But
I don't think like in this era, the kids look at like Dipset. That's our era, but I definitely think Ye, of course. I would say Ye has to be number one when it comes to hip hop fashion. I can't see no other artist today that goes before Ye. Although Ye do a lot of shit I will never wear. But when it comes to moving the needle, motherfuckers probably say Playboy Cardi, they'll probably say Yachty, shit like that. It's like
that's for like the newer generation.
Yeah, but Lil Uzi Vert, Trippy, all these niggas, I would never dress like none of these niggas. I won't even dress like Ye. But when I say culturally, where somebody could find
yeah. Hey now, he be wearing.
Ye be doing some wild shit, but no, he just, mind you, he had everybody going crazy about them sock shoes, those $20 sock shoes. Remember that shit a year ago?
Yeah.
Them socks, shoes, they had the cup on it, it was $20. He had everything on his website was $20. Those wet shirts, those wet tank tops that all the girls wear, that's Ye. That's Ye. Like, people forget that's Ye. Girls wearing them wet tank tops, them cheap ass wet tank tops. That's all Ye. So, like, I don't think nobody, and as much as Ye is a nut ass nigga, when it comes to hip hop fashion, I don't think nobody moves the needle the way Ye does.
Well, what was said, because I can't
literally
find
the Yeezy jumped over the jump man. That's a fact.
No, that's true. But I was gonna say, if there was like a top 50, can you see Fat Joe making a top 50 overall?
I can't, because low key, other than the Beijing he be having on his face, Fat Joe is synonymous in the sneaker culture. Like, let's not forget, Fat Joe is one of those ones when it comes to sneaker culture. And I think Fat Joe is a fly New York old nigga. Like, he's a fly old nigga. It's like he got all he a fly old head. Like, he would definitely be mentioned in the top 50. I think because Joe isn't forward facing when it comes to like the music as of late. But when it comes to overall, Joe has always been somewhat of a fly nigga. So I ain't mad at Joe being in the top 50. I think Joe deserves to be in the top 50 flyest rappers and shit. I ain't mad at that. He definitely deserves to be
50,
in there.
50. I feel like that's like a big ass list.
Yeah, that's a big ass list. I'm saying he could be, Joe to me, probably a top 25.
Yeah, you think he's top 25?
Top 25, top 20. I know Joe ain't a nigga like a lot of people go like, I'm dressing like Joe. But I recognize Joe. I'll be like, yo, Joe be on some fly shit. Like, I see him. And Joe always, niggas will put DJ Khaled in, but DJ Khaled low-key want to be Fat Joe. Like, because Khaled a fat nigga who always with the Jordans and shit, always doing that. But Fat Joe been doing that shit.
Also, because Fat Joe do it for fat people. No, he's not as big as he used to be, but
right. He ain't fat. He ain't as fat as he ain't as fat as he wants to be. That's what it is. That's what Joe. That's why they don't give you no respect. Because you ain't Fat Joe no more. You just Joe now. That's what it is. You just Joe. You should have kept on the weight, because then you created a lane for some big niggas is like, that's who the big niggas aspire to. Who they aspire to? DJ Khaled? Nobody want to look like Khaled. What other fat fly nigga in rap? Can niggas Ross ain't fat no more. So the fat niggas can't even look at Ross. Ross and Joe was the fly fat niggas. They ain't there no more. So all we got is Khaled. And nobody wants to look like Khaled. So that's the problem. That's why Fat Joe and Rick Ross won't be on these lists, because they carved a lane for the fat niggas, but then they did some Lizzo and betrayed the fat niggas and got skinny. So now Fat Joe is no longer Fat Joe. He Joe. Rick Ross is still Rick Ross, but he ain't big Rick Ross. So that's why y'all ain't make this list, Joe. That's your fault. You ain't make this list because of your own doings. So you can't be mad at nobody else but yourself. You the one who decided to lose weight to get healthy. Right. You decided to lose weight to get healthy. That's on you, bro. Don't be mad at the list because you decided to better yourself. We didn't do that. You did that. So don't look at nobody but yourself. But to saying, point one finger, 3 fingers pointed back at you. So, Joe, you point those fingers at yourself. You used to be fat, and that's when we thought you was fly. Fat and fly. That's when we liked you.
Now, let's get into another story. So it's just the irony. A new Final Destination movie came out been like 3 weeks. I watch it, but I'm just saying it's the irony. So people went to a movie theater to watch it, and guess what happened in the movie theater?
Final Destination.
It's just like that. You think they set that up? Like, we gotta add some flair to this shit. But
we gotta drive. Like, what the movie, the studio's like, we gotta drive people to go see this Final Destination. But what theater can we pick to actually? Ain't nobody gonna care if these people met their Final Destination. So they know this shit real. So people could go to the movie and be like, y'all want to see that new Final Destination? The irony of going to see a movie about Final Destination and it's your Final Destination, God bless them, man.
And
God cover them.
No one was killed. Everyone survived. But it happened in a movie theater in Argentina. They went to see a movie. Yeah, that's just crazy. You go to see that shit and then
you go see that movie and then you almost met your maker.
Yeah, you almost ended up as a fucking scene in the actual movie. It had a whole scene playing real life.
You the post credit.
Like a whole big ass cement come down, you shit, then like a fucking metal pipe. You really in the movie now, trying to survive. Get the fuck up out of there. You're in the movie.
Crazy thing is, y'all giving them content for the next Final Destination.
Yeah, shit.
Now they go be like, oh, we can use that. Because now these people went to see a movie and they survived.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because you can do like how in Scream they made movies based off the shit that happened. So they have this. If Scream is the stab movie, so they could could call it some other shit. And they can have a whole movie where they actually going to see
exactly.
Oh, hell break.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like they're going to see the last drop, the final death, and then in watching that movie in the movie, they survived their death, and now you got the new Final Destination set up.
Yeah, that shit could go like the whole crazy. That's crazy.
Boom. Set up for the next movie. Genius. Brilliant. Write this out. The studio sit back like already was like, damn, how can we do this again? And look at God just giving them something like, look, we're going to give you something to work with. Y'all struggling. Y'all my kids. I'm going to give y'all a little something, little creative juices spark for you guys. Boom, we got the screen. What's this? Final Destination? What? 6? It'll be 6?
I don't even know how many. It got so many, but I just know it's called Final Destination Bloodline.
Yeah, let me see how many Final Destinations we got.
I feel like they dropped so many. You
From
you was correct. It is 6.
there is, so it's already 6, so it'd be
You know,
7.
the newest one is the 6th one.
Right, yeah, the newest one is the 6th one.
Mm-hmm.
So the next one be Final Destination 7, The Final Death.
But that's crazy. The Final Destination 5 came out. We was in college when Final Destination 5 came out.
Wow.
In 14 years.
Bro, only ones I remember seeing is 1 and 2. I feel like I say more than that, but the only ones I
No, we
remember.
definitely. I think we definitely watched 5. We definitely because we used to always go to the movies. You dead ass watch everything in the birthday day.
Yeah, word. Every Tuesday we were saying
Okay,
something.
so Tuesday was the deal. So we seen a whole
Yeah.
bunch of movies.
That's what I'm saying. I know I've seen more. I just only can remember the first 2. But glad those people are safe. But if you follow the lore of Final Destination, y'all better be careful, because death is coming.
Shit is crazy. But now let's get into. Well, I said let's get into. We already speaking. Well, let's speak about another movie, the Michael Jackson biopic that should be coming out within like the next couple of months. Is being split up into 2 movies. Are you for that or against that?
I never it's different. It's definitely different for a biopic to be split up into 2 parts. That just means this first one has to be really good. They gotta because the con of doing 2 parts is if they fuck up the first one, we ain't going back for the second one. If they don't hit the mark with this first one, I know Michael Jackson is such a star and icon that you could probably do three movies for Michael Jackson. But to split it up, biopic is definitely interesting. I've never seen a biopic. It might be long as fuck. Biopic should be like 3 hours and shit.
So basically, the first part is the Jackson 5 and everything. So it's the first part of the movie is gonna be everything about Michael Jackson's before Thriller.
Yeah.
And then I guess part 2, and it got pushed back, so the movie's now coming out in 2026.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know if this. I feel like there's some HBO Max exclusive shit, man. I don't know if people gonna go to the movie theaters to experience this shit twice. Like, they got to do this shit. If they gonna do it, they got to do it right. I think this will go for streaming, but to see a movie, a biopic be in 2 parts is definitely an interesting tactic and an interesting way to go about it.
Yeah, I know Michael Jackson has a major story.
Biopics, yes, we expect them to be long.
Shit. Two movies.
Yeah. But 2 movies though for a biopic is crazy. That's crazy. And the studio, I don't know, you might lose people after the first one if y'all don't.
I think it's right, so, a matter of the pace. I think it's just the pace of the movie.
Y'all might not be able to tell the whole story. Yeah, right. And maybe that's what they try to do, slow it down, because they want to give us more of the story. So if they do one whole biopic, they're probably if the pace would be too fast. They want to slow it down and really unpack some stuff. And that's cool, but that's some shit you do on streaming. Where you give us, and you got to drop them year after year. If it's pushed back to 26, part 2 got to come out in 27, 28. Like, it can't be no big ass Stranger Things gap between the fucking movies.
Shit. Drop one part at the start of the year and drop part 2 at the end of the year.
Right, exactly. They gotta do some shit like that.
Drop them both in the same year.
Right, they gotta do some shit like that.
Just
for
put
people
a
to
nice
want to
little
even
gap in between the releases. That way, each movie has a chance to,
to live, go on streaming.
get the
People
box
for
office numbers
everybody,
and stuff.
yeah, get the box office numbers, but then people watch it on streaming, and then by the time it goes on streaming, you have the next one dropping in the theaters. Like that's how they got to play it. If not, and again, the first one just has to be really fucking good. The acting, the story just has to be really good in order for people to want to go back to get that second part. But again, I've always said I love the cast, how they look. The cast is beautiful. The cast they did one hell of a job with the casting. How it comes out together, it remains to be seen.
Most definitely. There's something else I said in the chat, but I can't find it. But it was a woman basically going off on tip culture. And I don't know. I feel like for jobs that, because there's certain jobs that you could get tips on, and then there's jobs that's a little more like the job is a lot more tip based.
Right.
But,
and I think that's the problem, because tips were formerly a sign of appreciation
for service.
For service. And now it's an expectation. Whereas service workers are not paid correctly. And so they've been taught that you're going to make your money in your tips. But ultimately, my tip is based on your service. I could have spent $200 fucking dollars, and now they have gratuity and all that stuff at it. So it's like, if I give you anything more than that, because I already got it, when you go out with a certain amount of people, they already charge you gratuity. So that's you extra. It's for me to say, I appreciate that you provided me with great service. I give you an example. Me and my wife Hibachi, we love going to Hibachi. We don't go often because it's expensive, but prices get up there. But we love going to Hibachi.
Mm-hmm.
The service, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're never there. But yeah, like I was saying, like, the nigga was barely at our table. And so at the end of the day, our bill is $2 something. And then on the bill, they got the suggested tips. Nigga, I'm barely giving you anything. Like, you didn't service us.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's not like you even bringing my food, because the hibachi, they do the shit in front of you. Nigga, there's a way I could give it. Like, I can't directly give the tip to the cook. But you looking at us like, y'all just spent this amount of money and my tip is only this. Nigga, your service wasn't good. Like, my tip is based on service, not because of they under the impression of what you bill means you're gonna get a good tip. So if I spend $400, then that equals to you getting a good tip. No, nigga, I just spent $400, but your service was ass. Mm-hmm. So this tip culture thing is literally a tip. I think service workers service workers need to be paid better, so they're not expecting a tip for the bad service they give or may not give. I might not even have it. It's a tip is at my discretion. It should never be something that's expected.
But like I said, certain jobs
I give tips based on the service that I receive.
Yeah, some jobs, but like you said, it's tip is tip driven, so it's like they get paid not a crazy amount, but the more tips they collect, they get more. The more money they get.
Look at something like a service, like a barber. My barber, that nigga late, he got a price, right? Price for service. That nigga get my hair done for my shit is done correctly. If I ain't in there wasting time, if you ain't doing too much talking, smoke breaks, eating breaks, nigga, you could get a tip. But if you doing all the extra shit, bro, I'm paying you for the service. I'm not giving your ass nothing extra.
Eat break mid haircut is
bro,
crazy.
Nigga, yo, I kid you not, nigga. Nigga be cutting it. It won't be mid haircut, but I'll see him cut somebody hair. I know I'm next, but I see the plate on the side. I'm like,
yeah, let me go bust this food down. I got you, man. Give me a sec.
this nigga gotta stop. Replenish.
That is crazy.
I see the plate there. I'm like, this nigga about to eat. Then he be like, hold on, real quick. Nigga, I'm on the clock. Because a lot of times I'll go on my lunch break. I'll be like, nigga, I'm on the clock, nigga. I got to go back to work. All right, real quick. Bro, you think I'm about to tip your bitch ass?
Oh, man.
$20, nigga. And plus, I don't get a haircut, nigga. I get a lineup. I can shape up. So it ain't like I got a bunch of hair here. You shaping me up. I got a fucking locks person that do my hair. Nigga, I'm coming to you for a shape up.
What you think is a proper tip?
You gotta smoke, all this shit.
What do you think is a proper tip for if you're just going to get a shape up? Like, what amount of money you think is like, yeah, I just got no haircut, just straight, the straight line up, and that's it. Shit started fucking up. But what I was saying before it went haywire. What do you think is a proper amount of tip for a shape up?
So I pay $20 for my shape up. You go get a $10 tip if I give you a tip.
Okay.
$10 tip.
That's not terrible.
It's not. Now the woman who locks my hair, she gets a tip because not only she locking my hair, but she washed my shit, scrubbing the nigga scalp.
That's more time consuming too.
A lot more time consuming. She making love to my head and shit. She scrubbing my shit, scratching my head, all that shit. Then she, twist my shit up, creative with the styles and shit. So then I get done. It's like, you fucking cooked. Boom, boom, boom. I pay $160. Boom, I'll give you an extra $20 on top. Because you fucking cooked. And although it can take a long time to lock, sometimes she be in and out. She gets straight to business. Boom, boom. Wash my shit real good. Lock my shit real good. And what could be a long time, it's a reasonable time. And when she cook, I'm like, bet, extra $20. But my barber, nigga, you ain't even doing nothing. And you want to take smoke breaks and eat breaks. Nigga, you get the fuck out of my face. Oh, and shit. Yo, and don't give me the barber that be like, oh, yo, I hear somebody. And you think you about to go in a chair and then somebody else walk up? Bro, we gonna fight. I've had my barber do that to me and I walked out like, bro, I'm out, bro. No. I'm out, bro.
Oh, it's funny. I actually found it. But it says the actual post. I actually found it in the ASO chat. It says Americans are frustrated with tipping culture. Average restaurant tips have dropped 19.3%, the lowest in 6 years.
American service workers are frustrated, or the people who are tipping are
No,
frustrated.
it just says Americans are frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Americans are frustrated with tipping culture, but it's saying the average restaurant tips have decreased to 19.3%. It's the lowest it's been in 6 years. So
Because niggas is
people not
whack.
tipping.
And then they got gratuity added. So why the fuck am I tipping now when when most of these places now is making you pay gratuity?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I found it, but
because again, now it used to be a certain amount of people in your party for gratuity. Different restaurants will tell you they charge gratuity off the jump.
Mm-hmm. In the picture is a picture of a receipt. The person put the shit in the wrong spot, but they put the total in the tip part. But basically, they let it be known they wasn't tipping. They just
right.
the total rate. They put it in the wrong spot. So if a server wanted to be an asshole, like yo,
this
Joe
the
tip,
tip.
the
Yeah.
shit in the wrong spot. I'll take that
Right.
whole shit. Pull.
Right.
That sounds
yeah. Okay. You take that whole tip, but shit, then I ain't pay. My meal is free, nigga. My meal is $0, and the fucking tip is that. Okay, go ahead. Y'all figure that out between you and your boss. Y'all can figure that out. But this tipping shit is whack though. Like, be better. First, business need to pay their service workers, and niggas want to tip. You gotta provide better service.
Mm-hmm.
Take the gratuity shit out. That's forcing people to pay extra, which limits people's ability to give because it's like you already getting. Whether I like your service or not, I'm forced to give you money. Now, yeah, I'm not giving anything.
But no, it is what it is. So it continues. I told you about the stories after a while. It's just gonna keep continuing getting them. We have another plane crash to discuss. Unfortunately, 6 people lost their lives, but a plane crashed into a home in San Diego. And everybody that was on board of the plane, unfortunately, did not make it.
Right.
And apparently, one of the people on the plane was a drummer from the former drummer of a metalcore band, The Devil Wears Prada. And he said his last IG post was "Hey, look at me, I'm the captain now." It's a picture of him in the pilot seat. So I don't know what they're trying to allude with that, but that was an IG post. And fortunately,
He
condolences.
said that they let him fly the plane.
I don't know, but that's what he posted. Because he probably because he took a picture doesn't necessarily mean.
Yeah, that was
He's
just joking. It's a joke.
like before we take off, can I take a picture?
Yeah, right.
It's social. We live in a world that's very heavily on social media. So it's like, let me get this for the gram, or
Right.
you ask the pilot, can I
Right.
take this picture or whatnot. So you can't with that. You take it with a grain of salt. You can't believe everything you see on social media.
Right.
A lot of
Yeah,
it it's for social media. So
right.
some may be true, but for the most part, it's a lot. There's a lot of people. It's just a lot of stories just for show and like.
Yeah.
But no, it's unfortunate. But the private jet, it injured 8 people on the ground, but people on the ground seem to survive. But unfortunately, everybody on that plane.
Yeah.
It's just a very unfortunate, but I don't know what's going on, man. Like I said, we talked about it. It's a year. A lot of this, after like that first one, it's just been like continuous like stories like this.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
But
too many stories like this, man, make you a little fearful to get on planes and shit.
Well, but condolences, and may they all rest in peace. Netflix is dropping a documentary, Ocean Gate, the Ocean Gate documentary about the rich people, his son, that wanted to go find the Titanic remains.
And boop.
Right, for all we know,
nigga.
They said imploded. Before we know, a lot of shit because we don't have no idea what happened to that shit.
What happened down there?
Yeah, we don't know what went down. Like, we
Yeah.
really have no idea. It's all
Yeah.
speculation.
The Megalodon, the Kraken,
Or some shit done snatched that shit up.
snatch that shit up, right? Oh, you thought.
Mm-hmm. Till I could see a
Grabbed his ass up.
live, like a legit live stream of someone putting like another piece of machinery and making its way down there and show me like the shit.
Right.
All speculation.
A big ass squid grabbed his ass, like.
Yeah, you can only
Oh,
imagine what's down in that ocean. Right.
bro, they discover new shit every day.
Yeah. And then they be like, people be like, I don't know where that should just be swimming in the ocean. We just don't go
Yeah.
that far down in the ocean, but it should be in there. So, like I said,
So
the one thing that is a
and
fact,
again,
they didn't make it. Unfortunately, they didn't make it. But
that nigga gone.
everything else is speculation because we don't know what the fuck is down there.
Unfortunately, we don't. So it's like, I have this weird way of thinking. Like, I really want to see some shit, but I really don't want to see some shit. If that makes some sense. Does that make sense?
It's intriguing to know like what the fuck is down there till you actually see what's down there. It's like, oh my God, I don't know why I just want
right. Then you like exactly like motherfuckers show you the Kraken and it's just down there chilling. Like, yo, I'm down here minding my business. Don't come down here and I won't come up for y'all. Like, now you can just open my mind. It's like, yo, I am not the apex predator, bro. Like, it's some shit. It is. There's some shit out here.
I would never get on a boat. I ain't going in no ocean. The ocean catch me.
Bro, I'm not flying. Oh no, nigga, I'm not flying over an ocean.
Like what? That is ridiculous. Now you might be flying, but
nah, your ass look out your window and you see some shit come up. It's like, oh,
imagine just seeing some shit reaching for your shit. That's crazy.
So it's one of those things like, I really want to know, but I really don't want to know. All I know is they ass is gone. Wherever they went, I have no idea. But all I know is they ass is not here today. And so it's interesting to see what, they might have discovered throughout their research in this doc. But I don't think whatever they know, it ain't the truth. It ain't the full truth.
It's a hypothesis of what they think happened.
Educated guess.
Yes.
Educated guess.
Because at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
What they think happened. But, again, RP to them and condolences to the loved ones. But I'm gonna tune this. I want to see. I want to see,
Yeah, I want to see what they're talking about.
So I legit want to know, like, what, because again, it's all speculation. But I want to know what their final guess is on what took place.
Right.
So yeah, because in this quote says the pivotal choices behind the disaster are brought to light like never before. Like, so they obviously have a set point of what they think caused this.
Right.
But from documentary to business, OnlyFans owner Leo Radvinsky is in talks to sell the site for $8 billion. God damn.
Bro, that man look genius.
God damn. That shit, they said that shit is valued at $8 billion. God damn.
And who would have thought it? Because that's not what the original intent was. But hey, things create their own lane and shit. You ain't gonna fight it. Hey, this is for the artists to give direct content to their fans. That was the original idea behind it. But the sex workers like, no, we could do a little something different with it.
Yeah, COVID happened.
COVID happened.
I think that's
The best thing. Yeah,
That's right.
COVID. Yeah, COVID.
We didn't hear about. I'm pretty sure it was around.
It was around prior, but that's what I said.
We didn't hear about that shit till we was all locked in the shit, and that shit.
It was originally for artists to connect with their fans directly, original content, and then OnlyFans happened, and people had to be creative. And one thing everybody likes is sex, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, but that's like we were created that way.
Well, no, that's the number one. That's the number one market. Sex sells. Everything sex related is gonna sell.
And so that opened up a new avenue, a new stream. But for him, made him a billionaire. So being valued at $8 billion is crazy.
Damn, that's shit. God damn, why can't we think some shit like that? Like,
bro.
Like,
we don't think hard enough, man. One thing we got.
A lot of should be not to discredit or put them down, but a lot
it ain't rocket science.
Yeah, a lot of that shit it be so a simple idea, and that should just take off. But shout out to everybody that come up with that idea and they shit blow and they.
We need friends in Silicon Valley, man. We need to just have the right people around, like that we can bounce these ideas with.
Yeah, man. I think we need to take our talents and try to make an app, man.
Like because again, like you said, like a lot of the apps isn't like these just ingenious things. It's really just like consumer-based shit, and it's like, why didn't nobody think of this?
It's creating an avenue.
Yeah, it's so it be shit so simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why didn't nobody think of that prior?
It's just creating an avenue to help people get to certain things in an easier manner than what it would be if this shit didn't exist.
We are lazy, and if we can find an easier way to do shit, we always gonna go with the easier way.
But shit, damn. It's still a lot of uncharted water with certain shit. You just gotta
we just gotta again filling the need for something that that's already out there, but like how can we further fill this need? Like, what do we need right now? And sometimes it be shit that we don't need, but it's like we didn't know we needed it until somebody make it. Like, damn, I ain't never know I needed that. I just noticed how much I needed this.
Shit.
Look at the how AI is cooking. Shit, you can make an app with AI nowadays.
Yeah, AI is supposed to Chat GBT fuck around help you.
Make you a whole fucking app.
Let me see. Let me look into Chat GBT. Let's see what
you just gotta have an idea and be like, Chat GPT, help me make an app for so and so, and Chat gonna give you the whole joint.
Let's see what they respond.
What did you ask Chat GPT?
I should ask a better question. I said, help me make an app to make money. It said, step 1, what are your skills? What are your goals? Make money. Right. What kind of apps interest you? What platform? What kind of monetization? Oh, they should give me like a whole breakdown.
Right, but it's helping you come up with an idea.
Yeah, it's all bullet points. Like what are your goals? What kind of app interests you? What platform? What kind of monetization are you considering? And step 2, app ideas based on monetization. Oh, it actually gave me ideas for apps.
Crazy.
It said AI-powered niche app, a local service finder, subscription tracker, micro learning app. We might have to make.
We might have to sit down a little bit and just start thinking of some shit.
Yeah, as I said, the whole point is to get an app where it creates an avenue for access that wasn't there, And it's like, oh shit, I can use this now.
Yeah.
But it actually gave me some suggestions. It says, and at the end it says, let's move forward by doing one of these. I'll help you brainstorm and validate idea you have.
Yeah.
I suggest a step-by-step plan based on your background. I help design the basic prototype. I help you code it from scratch with or with damn. Yeah, I fuck around. Built the app. You just gotta pitch it to somebody.
Yo, John, I got an idea. It just came to me for a sports app. I'm not gonna say it now. I'm gonna wait till we get our pod.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be creative and fun, but it's a pro and con to it. I'll tell you about it in a moment.
Yeah, now I'm about to, make sure I'm gonna keep this off ChatGPT, all this information. I'm screen recording it. That way I can look back at it, on the day where I ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
See if I could create an app. Yeah, ChatGPT. You gotta use the technology to take advantage of what they got, man.
Yeah.
That's the point of life. You gotta use these tools, make this money. Use these tools to make this money.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, let's get into a crazy story. Texas doctor sentenced. It's crazy. You only got sentenced to 10 years, but for diagnosing healthy patients with chronic illnesses and billing them for their treatment to fund a $118 million luxury lifestyle.
Crazy.
I
mean, I just think he just got caught. I mean, the medical business is not to heal people. They don't make no money. There's no money in healthy people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know hospitals and doctors do the job, but I have like a small mistrust with them shits,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the business, the medical business, all about keeping people prescribed or taking prescriptions, going to these doctor visits. Their job is not to make sure that we healthy. Their job is to keep our ass coming back. So he just a doctor that got caught because they be running it up on these insurance companies. I already know this. I know people that work in the medical field that will tell you these doctors be putting shit in, putting prescriptions in, put diagnoses in just so the insurance can pay for these shits. Ultimately bringing more money to they office and shit like that. This ain't nothing new. He just got caught. But this is the medical field as a whole, in general.
That shit is crazy. Like the fact that they do that, but that's just medicine in a nutshell, man.
Right.
Yeah, they prescribe you this, or you need this, that, take this, take that, take that. Those are the real drug dealers.
Right. Exactly.
The real drug dealers.
Word. Real Pablo.
Shit. They making all
and they get it all. They can get it all too.
No cop, no nothing in sight. Moving pills.
Moving pills, moving weight. Cross the state, moving weight for real.
Shit.
Because when my coke come in, I gotta use the scales that they weigh the whales with. That's a fucking doctor for you.
We should have gotten to that.
Word. Look, my sister always told me, because she's in the medical field. She like, your dumb ass picked the wrong career. You pick business and marketing, nigga. You supposed to go into the medical field. Because the money here is endless.
Yo, shit. But the money they're making is going to... Yeah, they make plenty of money because, unfortunately...
Yeah.
We live in a world where, especially now, I know there's a whole bunch of mental health is something that people can't they try to be on top of and make sure they shit good.
Yeah.
We just live in a world where a doctor be like, yo, take this. If you're not feeling, you're feeling a certain way, just take this, take that.
Right.
It's like shit crazy. Shit is crazy.
Yeah.
But well, 10. I still think 10 years is. I feel like 10 years is not enough.
Yeah.
Because God forbid the medication these healthy people need, they really fucked up for life over that shit.
Right.
Maybe some cases is not as serious as others, and some cases is like way worse. So
Right.
I think they had a TV show about that, but it was a real life case where the mom was drugging the daughter and telling her the daughter is sick and was taking her to the
Yeah.
hospital. It was like
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
did a show about it, but it was a real life.
It's real. It's
It was
real.
a real
She
life
just
case.
remember. Same girl. Had the boyfriend kill her mama, and that shit. That's very real. I forgot what her name is. But that's real. That's super real. She just came home for prison because she got the boyfriend to kill her mama. He's still in jail, but I forgot her name. That's a big cultural thing that happened. Girl,
I remember it. This shit reminds me of it. It's like, damn, he did that was so the mother was doing it to the like her child.
Yeah,
That's nothing.
going Gypsy Rose.
Mhm.
That was the story of Gypsy Rose. Getting all these endorsements, going on shows, all this. She said her daughter had this crazy disorder and disease. And yeah, that's the story of Gypsy Rose.
Now imagine this person that we're talking about did this to multiple people. So it's like 10 years is crazy.
Right.
Now if one of them would have came back and smoked them for the shit,
right,
25 to life. Not
Right.
saying justified, but not justifying it, but I could see
Yeah.
someone, reacting finding out what the fuck, and
Right.
they lost money over it and got
Yeah.
fucked up behind it. Because you can't be taking no, I'm good right now, but I can't just start taking medicine that it's like, oh, I'm gonna just take this medicine
Right.
just because. That shit definitely gonna have an effect on me.
Yeah, definitely.
But that shit, I don't know. I don't think 10 years is enough. But
He wouldn't be the first though.
yeah, it won't be the first and won't be the last.
Yep.
We'll definitely hear about that. In other news, Remy and Papoose, they was heavily going at it like that.
Crazy, man.
Man, that was the couple everybody was rooting for, but
Yep.
damn. Obviously, they are separated. Remy has the man she's dealing with. Papoose is with Clarissa Shield, but it's gotten very ugly on social media.
Yeah, man. This was formerly Black Love. Formerly Black Love. She called a nigga bro. He said he wrote her raps. I think she's still tripping, talking shit to Clarissa Shields, but she's still a little bugged out on that in that regard. But at the same token, hey, I don't care if you're a professional fighter, nigga, you still ain't gonna talk shit to me. So it's like until you kick my ass, you can't kick my ass.
Yeah, I hear
you know what I'm saying? As just a person, regardless of what I think or what I've seen that you might be nice, but you ain't just gonna talk crazy to me. You ain't gonna say what you want about me. There's been times where shit, as little as being in high school, seeing somebody that a bully, be beating people's ass, you might beat my ass. But that don't mean I'm gonna be a bitch because you might beat my ass. I'm still talk my shit, and then I'm still fight to the best of my ability. And if I get my ass beat, I get my ass beat. But I ain't never shutting up because of what I think you can do to me. So in that regard, I'm not mad at Remy Ma for speaking her shit when it comes to Clarissa Shields and shit. But I just always go back to they do have a young child together.
Mm-hmm.
And so having a young child, y'all being of somewhat of celebrity, you got to be mindful of what you do because y'all still gonna have to co-parent. And so I'm just always I implore people to be conscious of the things they say to each other and about each other when you have kids involved, when you have children involved. And so it's got really nasty between the two of them. And I just hope at some point they can find some type of happy medium where they don't have to be on social media. Because first off, they older. Like, y'all ain't young. Y'all ain't fucking kids. A lot of shit can be handled behind closed doors. But it's got really ugly. And they were, formerly the face of Black love. And now, because they're not together, is Black love dead? No, it's not. But we need new sponsors for Black love. So in the effort of finding the new Black love and a sponsor for Black love, I want to nominate some couples for the new Black love.
Is it?
All right.
Your Papoose and Clarissa Shields don't fit the bill?
No, because it's too messy. You can't jump from one Black love to another Black love. Papoose, unfortunately, Papoose and Remy Ma can't be in Black love no more. They can't be in Black love no more.
For at the moment.
At the moment they can't because on the bench. Yeah, they're on the bench somewhere because Papoose, you supposed to represent Black love, but you doing the most, and Remy Ma. All right. So my first nominee for Black love is Bill Cosby and his wife, right? Because through all of what they've been through, his wife stayed down. So Bill and his wife is definitely a good representation of Black love. Also, Will and Jada, Black love. Can't have Black love without having Will and Jada.
It's still Black love, but I think that one's a little loaded with a lot of stuff. So people wait. That was also the Black love, but it was like it was relationship goals.
It was
relationship goals.
They formerly was. I'm bullshit.
You heard Cole. That's the
that Jada and Will love. Not no more. I'm just bullshit about that one. But we need Black love. I would say ASAP and Rihanna. When we go hip hop wise, ASAP, Rihanna. Maybe that's the new model for Black love. Maybe Stephon Diggs and Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the new. I
don't know about that one. I think they're together, but I think they are openly doing their own thing.
They're having fun. They just having fun right now.
That boat footage shows otherwise.
That boat footage say they're having fun together.
That's what I'm saying. That boat footage definitely says
they having a good time together.
They're together at the moment, but I don't know if that's a couple. That's a couple.
That's a couple goal. But I'm just saying we need to find new Black love. And Papoose and Remy Ma separately, they don't fit the bill no more. So we need new Black love. We need a new sponsor for Black love. And right now, we don't have our Black love sponsor because that was Remy Ma and Papoose. So that's all I'm saying. We need to find a new Black love. So y'all can drop in the comments who's the new sponsor for Black love. We need somebody fresh. Maybe Jonathan Majors and Megan Good.
Not bad. Not bad.
Newly married. Maybe DDG and Haley Bailey.
You continue to troll because that whole situation, what's going on with that situation. That's another crazy situation that's going on. It's very unfortunate because again,
another baby.
There's a child involved in this situation, so I wish them all the best with that. Hopefully they can work this shit out where it doesn't, but.
Drop your nominees for the new Black love. We need new Black love. That's what I'm saying. We need new Black celebrity love. Who that couple is, I don't know. Maybe y'all know. So drop y'all comment. Who's the new Black love sponsor in Black culture, especially hip hop culture? Yeah, all my sponsors were definitely trolls. So.
In May of next year, they're taking it to Chicago. the Pokemon Fossil Museum will debut in Chicago.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw pictures of it. It looks fire.
So it's the first time it's leaving Japan, and it'll be in Chicago. It'll be in Chicago's. The exhibit will start at Chicago's Field Museum on May 22nd, 2026.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Field Museum in
Yes.
Chicago?
Yes. I've been to the Field Museum as a kid, like trips wise. But I definitely think it's dope to have a Pokemon museum because I saw some of the photos from the one in Japan, and these are supposed to be like what a life-size Pokemon would look like.
Mm-hmm.
Fossils, and to be honest with you,
shit looks dope.
Shit looks dope, but the shit will actually be terrifying in real life.
Oh, yeah, it's like seeing like a fucking Dragonite, a Charizard, a skeleton.
See, I saw a fossil of a tentacle, and that shit was big as hell. I'm like,
the tentacle probably look crazy.
I'm like, damn! Imagine one of them motherfuckers just swimming around, like
Snorlax, big ass.
Yeah, we're like,
Snorlax.
you got Yokozuna just chilling about, and on the side of the street. I'm looking like, if these shits were really real, could we actually coexist?
Well, now with the wild Pokemon was like behave like wild animals. Is like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sleeping Ian? I don't know, but that's where you gotta catch Pokemon and you gotta walk. Now people walk everywhere with their gun.
You gotta walk everywhere with your Pokemon. Literally, because not only do you gotta worry about other niggas, but you gotta worry about wild Rattatas running up on you and shit. You gotta worry about a motherfucking Sparrow trying to get at you and shit. You gotta worry about a gang of Beedrills trying to rush you and shit.
I'm not gonna lie, dealing with like a Ghastly, a Haunter, or a Gengar might be scary as shit.
Bro,
ghosts.
Terrifying, nigga. You go out to take the garbage out, and you got a motherfucking Gengar just chilling at your trash can.
And those are the type of Pokemon dead ass troll you too, give you a whole fucking heart attack.
Bro, straight big and big as hell in your face. Bro, nigga been had a heart attack. So I just look at it, I'm just looking at it like, damn, what if these shits was real? I don't know how we will coexist like out here with these, because it ain't just an animal. These fucking animals with powers.
Yeah, but like I said,
hypnosis. Yeah, a fucking Gyarados. Nigga, that's like having a fucking Kraken running around. Yo, I was just watching one of the episodes. It was like a gang of Gyarados in the water. I was watching one of the cartoons and shit. It was like a fucking like a gang of Gyarados making like a big ass wind meal thing and shit. Imagine you on a fucking boat, you go on a yacht.
A big ass Gyarados.
And a big ass Gyarados pop up. Nigga, what? I'm about to now Google it for just knowing purposes. What is the biggest water Pokemon? What is the biggest water Pokemon? Because these are all the Pokemon that still live in the ocean. Nigga, you can't do shit. You on a plane and then it's a fucking Dragonite flying next to your plane and shit. You got a motherfucking Articuno swimming about, flying about. Oh, so it's a whale. The biggest water Pokemon is a Pokemon called Whale Lord. Yeah, I've seen it before. But shit like that ain't gonna be something that you worry about. Whales are typically friendly unless it's a fucking orca. Them things gotta worry about orcas and shit. Orcas gonna be trying to fuck them up. But then you got a motherfucker. Gyarados is the fourth biggest. There's a Pokemon called Melodic, number 5. Kyogre 6. Palkia 7. I don't know what that Pokemon is. Lapras is at 9. Oh, imagine seeing a fucking Feraligatr. Bro. No, the Pokemon from Gold and Silver. I know. A fucking Feraligatr. Yeah, my God. Certain Pokemon, you run into, if it was real life, you run into the wild.
You might be scared of shit.
Word.
Yeah, certain Pokemon, man. So yeah, some of them.
And that's what I'm saying. And these motherfuckers got powers. It ain't just like some shit passing by. Motherfucker got a hyper beam throwing it at your ass. Blow up your whole motherfucking cruise ship.
You know, imagine a Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan rolling up on you.
Bro, yeah,
well, Hitmonchan, you gotta throw hands on him, but he gonna beat your ass.
Bro, Hitmonchan beat the fuck out of you. You in fucking Grand Central somewhere, coming out of Grand Central, and then motherfucking Hitmonchan just walk past you and shit.
And he walks around with boxing gloves.
Yo, word. Just on bullshit. That's on bullshit with niggas.
Just beat your ass. Him only kick you one time in the leg. Probably you bust that ass bust your ass. Boom.
And then the nigga legs, feet is sharp. That nigga got sharp ass razors ass toes. I don't know how we could coexist together and shit, but I definitely think the museum is dope. It's just dope seeing how big they were. Cause I saw like what's the one that hit a Pinzar, like how big that would be. All these motherfuckers is bigger than us. Like
most of these motherfuckers. Pikachu, Rattata.
Yeah, like there's a few like rodent. There's a few rodent and birds that's like rodents, birds, lizards that's like smaller than us. But for the most part, most of these motherfuckers is our size and bigger.
It's crazy.
So it's dope to see, and I know we fantasize like, damn, I always wanted my own Pokemon.
Yeah, it's Charmander, man.
Bro, it's gonna be some rough times around this motherfucker. Motherfuckers walk around with the Pokemon.
My Charizard, I get the Pikachu in the cut.
You talking about world wars and shit? Niggas gonna be out here fighting world wars with motherfucking fucking Zapdoses and shit.
Yep, all the legendary dogs, Entei, and
Word, niggas got a whole crew of EVs and shit, like
yeah,
walking the EV evolutions and shit.
Shit, what was it? Ditto, because that shit could transform into anything.
Yeah, that little ugly fucking thing on the streets.
Ditto. Shit.
Low key, I might have me a Ditto. Low key, like that shit turn to anything. I might have me a Ditto just late. That's about. Yo, Ditto, go ahead, turn into a fucking ATM machine for me, nigga.
Nah, Ditto, go work for me. Clone me. Go do
but Ditto eyes be looking all fucked up. So you go sitting there like,
put some shades. Don't take this shit.
Yo, Ditto, put these shades on. Don't talk.
No matter what. You know, it's the funny part. They probably can't talk, so it's going to probably be like, Ditto.
Right, that's what I said. Yeah, exactly. Ditto. You have a good day, sir. Ditto.
That shit is hilarious.
Yeah, man.
In other news, Kendrick Lamar is the first rapper to make $14.8 million off one single show. That's a crazy amount.
That's crazy, but who cares?
You said what?
That's crazy, but who cares?
It's just
to add to the Kendrick year.
To add to the Kendrick year, and also it's like one of those it's put out because
it's just another notch on the belt.
It's to continue. It's like the Cold, like they went to war, but they're like Cold War now. So they'll post a Drake stat, a Kendrick stat, and it's just
they just posted Drake about the
go at it and say, oh look, he did this, he did that.
Right.
It's still achievements, but it's for the fans to battle it out, right?
Yeah, because Drake got the most diamond records. So like certified diamond records, they just posted that. Then they come back with a Kendrick stat. Then they're gonna come next week with a Drake stat. I don't give a fuck about none of
them. But yeah, that's basically what it is.
I don't care about none of them. I know everybody's pulling up to these Beyonce concerts, and videos are dope. But who cares?
But other news, another probably who cares moment. The AMAs finally came back.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't highly received. J-Lo hosted it. They had J-Lo
horrible opening act.
They had J-Lo basically performing other people.
Horrible. J-Lo is trash, bro.
Damn.
bro, her dancing, I know she old, but her doing that melody to other people tracks, it was bad, bro. I'm sorry. It was bad. And I was telling my wife today, J-Lo low-key was like my first celebrity crush. Like growing up, she say I just like Mexicans, although J-Lo is Puerto Rican. But that was like my first celebrity crush. Maybe because she played Selena. But seeing her now do that, trash. Trash. J-Lo needs, at this point, J-Lo needs to be doing daytime TV. I can see.
She still be doing the movies.
Yeah, but her main source should be the J-Lo show. On some Jennifer Hudson, on some Kelly Clarkson. They all do other shit. But I think J-Lo will be great as a daytime talk show host. The J-Lo show will take off like wildfire. But seeing her host the AMAs that hasn't been here for a while, that opening performance was underwhelming. It's just like the whole entire award show. It's like, what did we miss again?
Yeah, they gotta do something to make the award shows. The award shows don't really matter no more. Like,
And that's true. That's as a whole, people don't really check for the award shows. I think Oscars, Grammys is the only ones that still get, maybe the CMAs, and maybe Billboard.
the award shows is very.
But award shows is dead, man. And that's because TV is dead. People don't watch TV like that. So it's like,
maybe it might be time where they gotta put the award shows on like a streaming platform.
Right. Yeah.
A streaming platform and make sure it goes as well.
Right. Yeah. It has to be something like that, like a live stream, because on regular TV, people just don't be checking for shit like that no more. And it's not marketed well either. So like if it was on the streaming will let you know this coming up. It'll be all in your face.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess that might have to be the new route for the award shows.
Yeah, nobody's checking for them no more.
So let's get into Sofia
Vegara.
Yeah, she said basically she can't date no man that makes less money than her.
Sofia Vegara is still beautiful.
Definitely beautiful. No, definitely a beautiful woman, but obviously she's successful and she's made plenty of money in her life. So that definitely decreases her pool by a good percentage.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, her statement is nothing crazy, because I think a lot of celebrities or people with a certain amount of wealth, especially women, will have a similar sentiment. I think and I could be wrong, this is a matter of my opinion, I think men don't normally date for wealth. Like, men, although there are men that, trying to come up, but I think when you have a man who has money, that woman doesn't have to match him financially. Most men of wealth don't need a woman to also have wealth, if that makes any sense. But on two parts, for a lot of women, when it comes to a man that's making less than them, they feel like they are, what word am I looking for?
So basically saying like men would date a woman that there's a greater chance of men dating women that make less than them than a woman dating men that don't make less.
It's definitely a higher chance a man period has no problem dating a woman who is not on the same financial level as him. Women, unfortunately, I think that's one of the criterias. To them, it says something. Men are more likely willing to assist a woman and financially, where a woman is less likely to do that for a man. And so, and then also men, ego sometimes play a part in it in our regard, where we feel like, finances gives us power. And so if you have a woman who is financially better off than you, sometimes men can be intimidated by that. And I think, for some women, that might be their experience when they date a man that's not on their financial level. It could cause issues. And so that's just the ugliness about it. But I also just think women who have a certain level of finances are just less likely to date a man who don't make as much money as them, period. Like, there are reasons why in certain cases, but I think generally women just don't want a man that's making less than them.
Like I said, everybody has a preference and they're entitled to their preference and how they want to deal with it. But
but she's saying it's nothing like oh, like it's something that's like, okay.
But I guess one would say is like, why is that even a topic? Like, obviously,
maybe somebody posed a question, or maybe she recently had a situation where it's like was on her mind. Like, every time I date a nigga who's making less than me, the shit don't last. But also the men you dated that make more money than you hasn't last either. So it's like
probably someone posed the question, but obviously,
I'm pretty sure.
I'm saying, but a person her caliber, her pools already is like
very shallow. Yeah,
it's gonna be small. So obviously she's either gonna be looking for another celeb,
right,
someone
or somebody who is better off. But the only question to that is like, at some point, Sofia Vergara wasn't Sofia Vergara. She's probably I'm sure she's been beautiful her whole fucking life.
I seen the videos they be putting on social media where it shows like the person's like evolution from start to.
She's been beautiful her whole life.
Most definitely.
Now, financially though, she ain't always had it, and so I'm pretty sure she's dated men who has had more than her and dated her because not only was she beautiful, but they were in a way that money didn't matter. Her lack of money didn't matter. And so when any relationship, that's what's supposed to be important. You're supposed to find somebody that you can build with. Everybody brings something different to a relationship. There are seasons where, you wear certain hats during certain times in a relationship. I like to say, as a man, I'm not intimidated by a woman who makes more money than me. I've never been with that. So I can't really say so, but I like to believe that.
She also is currently married.
So why is that even a conversation then?
Well, I'm saying, yeah.
So that kills my whole narrative.
Never mind. The relationship ended last year.
And I'm pretty sure he probably made less than her.
He's an actor as well.
Who is it?
He was in the first Spider-Man movie.
Oh, that's John Megalinato. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You said first Spider-Man movie. Like, that's where niggas know him from. He's True Blood. He's the werewolf.
I'm saying, but I named the first thing I ever seen him in. It's
nigga.
The process.
I just saw a picture recently that noticed. I'm like, oh, that shit, John Megalinato.
It was gonna be a process of build up. I was gonna get to True Blood.
You said that. You say that. You niggas don't know what that is. You say the werewolf from True Blood. Niggas like, oh, okay. You gonna say the nigga who played Flash in the first Spider-Man.
He also played Deathstroke in the unedited or the director's cut of Justice League.
Yeah, he did.
He was Deathstroke.
Yeah, the Snyder
cut. Yeah, Snyder cut. But like I said, it was process. I was in there. Things along the line.
But he's pretty up. He's in her level class of actors. So, because Sofia Vergara ain't. I know she's A-list beautiful, but A-list acting wise, I don't know. She
Her
pretty
net
deep
worth is here. Her net worth is estimated to be 180 million.
because she did. Remember, she did that show for a long time. What was that show?
Modern Family, Modern Family, Modern Family.
Modern Family. She was on that. That was running for a long ass time.
Or maybe that conversation is a shot at her ex-husband because her according because it's all on internet, but his net worth is definitely below hers.
40 million. But that's a lot of money, shit. 40 million is
Yeah.
that's still a nice penny.
No, it is. That's definitely a lot. I wouldn't be mad if I had 40 million, But I'm just saying, but to her, she make more than that or has more than that. So, like I said, that's where it gets, the conversation gets a little different.
But that's when that's rich people problem because
listen, now I get the context of where the statement came from. Because remember, I asked, I'm like, what made her just come out?
Yeah, but I still don't understand that because like you a millionaire, he a millionaire. It's not like this nigga was like a regular butcher or some shit. Like,
and you know what's funny? In his overview, Joseph Michael Mangello, born December 28, 1976, is an American actor, producer, director, author, and philanthropist. He first gained recognition for his role as Flash Thompson in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy.
bro, ain't nobody know his ass from that, man.
That's the first time I ever seen him in a movie. That ass.
That's the first time I've ever seen him, but I didn't know that was him until recently.
When he popped up in True Blue, I'm like, oh, that's homie from Spider-Man.
No, I didn't.
What
I recently saw on a Mercy Awesome, it had a still photo. And I said, oh shit, that's the werewolf from True Blood.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah, but I'm saying at the time, I'm like, oh, that's homie from the thing. Now, he's a little more recognized for his role in True Blood because he did his thing on that. But I don't know. Like I said, that's the first time I ever saw him, and I remember his
Usually I connect.
Movie, so
well, maybe that's what it was because I don't fuck with the original Spider-Man. So maybe that's what.
Fuck with the Tobey Maguire movies.
Yeah. So maybe that's what it is because I didn't automatically when I saw him. Usually when I see an act, I'm like, damn, where I know him from? I didn't do that with him. When I saw True Blood, it was like my first time seeing him. I felt like that was my first time seeing him.
But no, you date who you want to date. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. He got himself another woman, so I guess it.
They be quick. So in Hollywood, they all rock with each other anyway. But Sofia, like in her 50s, right?
52.
She's still
48. Fine. So it's not much bigger of an age gap.
She's still fine.
The Rock shoes, and not Dwayne The Rock Johnson. They dropped shoes that make you look like you're wearing stones on your fucking feet.
I saw that shit.
What the fuck?
I thought this was from our guys. I thought this was from
That's crazy. That's the first thing I was gonna guess.
Yeah.
Whatever they MCX or
yeah. Mischief. I thought it was them. I thought they made these shoes.
Somebody
when I first saw them. Yeah, but when I saw them, I'm like, fuck. They back again on social media. So I'm thinking like, damn, they backing again with another shoe. But somebody else beat them to it. So niggas walk around with stones on their feet. And it's another shoe that is a fucking dumb idea that I'm sure somebody will go out and purchase.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy, man.
Now, Mischief got to respond. Now they got to drop some shit where it's like, what the fuck?
Right, yeah. Oh, so y'all niggas trying to one up us? Okay. I bet. So next we dropping shoebox shoes. I just gave y'all an idea, Mischief. Y'all drop shoebox. Shoes that look like shoe boxes. That sounds pretty on par with Mischief, right? Drop some shoes that look like shoe boxes.
That or trees. Shit, come out the pyramid sneakers.
Pyramid, some oblong shape.
Fucking come out with some real like water shoes, like shit.
Word.
Outline like water.
With water around. Or really come out some wheelie shoes, like some shoes that made out of like real wheel rubber or some shit. That look like a wheel. But it got like real tire rubber and shit.
Shit. I don't know, man. People be doing some shit.
Yeah, man. Shit crazy.
Now let's get into Draya, you know.
Beautiful Draya.
Beautiful Draya. She just posted a video, I think it was like the other day. You know, getting a little traction because it was a post talking about she was with her man, Jalen Green.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just the conversation of the age gap between the two. It's been a constant conversation. And apparently he found out about, I forgot what song it was, but one of them songs that came out like 07, 08, 06 the earliest. And a lot of the talk is basically like when she asked him like what was you doing around that time? Homie said he was like 6. And it's like, that response to her, like she heard what he said, but she ain't respond to it.
Yeah.
It's just like it was one of those things. But that gained a lot of traction. Everybody else heard the shit like, oh,
because it's like it's icky. It's like you was really out here fucking and sucking. This nigga was in kindergarten, first grade. Like, to think about that, to really like just to really wrap your head around something like that. There's music about you that doesn't shine in a positive light. And it's like, hey, what was you doing at that time? I was still eating my boogers. I was learning how to write my name. I was still tracing fucking letters on a piece of paper. 6 years old. Oh, I just learned how to spell dog.
People was definitely in the comments responding to that whole
It's
shit.
it's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's predatory. I know they are both adults, but just think about that. Put your mind there. It's like, ugh. But Jalen don't give a fuck because Dre is a beautiful woman.
Well,
and beautiful and experienced. She probably be doing some shit to that boy. Some shit, some unmentionable shit that niggas be like, yo, have a nigga turned out. She be having Jalen ass like a baby, curled up and shit. He in the bed, just comfort. Spoon, little spoon. He sitting there. She done did some shit to this boy. But just to think about it, at when this song came out, early 2000s.
I found it. Oh, the song Chopped and Screwed. That was the song that was conversating about.
Yeah. When Chopped, yeah, because he's fucking with T-Pain. Because he's now discovering T-Pain and shit. And now it's like, when the Chopped and Screwed come out? T-Pain, Chopped and Screwed. The song came out in 2008. How old When was Jalen Green born? When was Jalen Green born? Jalen Green was born in 2002. So
You 6.
he was 6. He was 6
But he
years
said it in
old.
the video. Look, I just sent it to the chat. She actually did react when he said it. She put like, you'll see it. Like she did react to it. But that shit has the comment section of that post going crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, bro.
He just discovered the song.
2013.
2008.
Chapter 3. Right. 2008. What the word is-
Elementary school.
That's hilarious.
Nigga was 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga was learning his ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. Probably just learning how to write 1 times 1. Probably just, this like first grade. So multiplication, big numbers, next numbers, and
So you learn how to read. That's crazy.
You are.
You
Learning how to tie his shoes.
Yeah, learn how to tie his shoes, learn how to read. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's wild, bro. To
Definitely.
each his own, though.
To each their own. Now let's get into our closing segment. We're gonna do an ASO review. Karate Kid Legends. That's
Legends.
Karate Kid Legends.
Legends. I went and saw it opening weekend.
It was cool. It was cool.
It was cool. It was cool. It was short. It was a little short for me. And it seemed a little rushed.
Yeah, it was definitely fast paced. I feel
it got to it real quick.
I feel like it should have certain situations should have been drawn out like a little bit.
So when it comes to Karate Kid, the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is a growth that happens with these young fighters. Whereas they're being picked on, they're being bullied, they have no experience with the art. From the Karate Kid movies to Cobra Kai, that's how it's always developed.
Yeah, he came into the gate.
He came in from the jump already nice with it.
Yeah, he was ready. Yeah, like he was
from the opening scene. The nigga was.
I'm saying from the start. If you base every Karate Kid or anybody, he is way advanced from all of them from the jump.
Exactly. He beginning, which was different. You go to Jaden, you go to Danny, you go to Hillary Swank, you go to fucking my guy
Miguel
from the show, Spanish kid,
Miguel.
Yeah, Miguel. All them, none of them had prior experience.
Mm-hmm.
He came in nice. He just happened to be going against somebody nicer than him.
Yeah.
So like, I didn't like that setup. And again, it's just like, it was just too development for me.
Mm-hmm. No, it's crazy. It has some Cobra Kai elements. I'm talking about like how
we didn't see the trial and error. We didn't see the growth. There was some growth, but it just was too like they skipped some steps.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy seeing Jackie be humorous with Daniel's son and all that and stuff, like, but it was happening too fast.
Yeah, even the Danielson connection, I felt like no, they could have did it a little better. The connection.
Yeah, like they set it up in the beginning. They set it up in the beginning with the Hans and the Miyagi's, like being similar tribes and all this and shit. Like, yeah, like that was like, okay, they said it, but it wasn't like a
yeah, but see,
genuine.
but Mr. Miyagi comes from
Right.
Japan. Mr. Miyagi's from Japan. Jackie Chan's character is actually from China.
And yes, it is. And in that very beginning scene, it was something where they made it was like it was a war, or somehow where they connected and they built together. And the Hans traveled to China to mix with traveled to Japan to mix with the Miyagi's. Like there was some type of cultural connection that happened. It was just like too lazy.
It was. I understand why they went that route, but it's a little sped up. That's why they could have just, they should have used the TV shows to propel it. Just use the TV shows. Use like 5 minutes. Have him explain it, like, yo, I'm such and such, and just have him talk about, meet Danielson beforehand. And Danielson just happens like, fuck, I'm gonna go to New York. I met this dude for 5 minutes, had a 10-minute, like 5 minute, 10-minute conversation. I'm gonna go fly to New York and go train another kid. The shit actually takes place in New York. So I guess, they add to the verse. California's been a place for all the shit. They had China.
John,
Yo.
we were froze for like a good 2 minutes.
Oh, all right. So what I was saying is, they had like a whole. I'm saying Danielson went to New York off a 5 minute, 10-minute conversation.
Right. Yeah, he was like, "You're gonna come. Yeah. You're gonna come." And it was just like rushed.
I'm saying then I'm saying they added to New York because for the most part the universe, a lot of it takes place in California. Takes place in California. You have New York now. It went the original franchise went to Japan. Jaden Smith movie took place in China. The only thing is, I forgot where Hilary Swank's movie
was in Japan.
Hilary Swank's was
in China, right?
No, Jackie. I don't remember where Hillary's took place at.
I don't remember where Hilary Swank's was.
But that's just
right.
A part of,
I don't remember where hers was at.
Universe. Well, they should have still gave Cobra Kai a little more acknowledgement. Like this, I think the show should have got a little more acknowledgement.
Yeah, and they did a little something with my nigga Johnny at the end.
I know they put him in the
but it still wasn't enough for Cobra. Yeah, but for Cobra Kai to be holding it down for so long, they could have did more.
Mm-hmm.
Adding Johnny. Johnny should have had more of a part than just Miyagi-Do, because it's karate and pizza. Miyagi-Do.
That's his character, That's like brand for
that's Johnny. Yeah, that's on brand, and you laugh at it like, yo, that's Johnny. But it's like it was just too rushed. It was, and again, this kid was always nice.
Yo, you know how old he is?
This kid's always nice.
You heard that? You know how old he is?
He was beating up niggas before in real life?
Yeah. I Googled this. So
you talking about in real life?
Yeah.
He like 30 something, right?
He's 25 years old. I'm looking at him like he's 16, 17. Homie is 25. He's older than homie from Into the
No, that
Blind.
thing on a show on Disney. He has
You said what?
really?
Yeah, the new Karate Kid is 25 years old. 25. I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Badlands.
I'm not gonna lie. If I didn't Google, I would have thought he was between the ages of 16 and 18. I would have thought he was a teenager. Homie is
But you know he had a show on
Ben
Disney Plus
Ben
with
Lang, 25, January 1st, 2000.
yeah, I've seen him before, Ben Wang. He was on
Oh,
the show
yeah,
American
well,
Born Chinese.
I'm gonna say, but homie, never mind. They're both 25, but homie from Into the Badlands was born a year earlier than him.
Oh, okay. But yeah, man, they could have I feel like they underproduced with this movie. Um it wasn't enough character development for me. And again, the nigga came in nice already. Like he came in nice on the karate shit.
Well, it definitely was.
Like he already knew some shit. Like in the beginning, he trained himself. And he when he fought them niggas in the streets, he beat their ass. Like he beat up 3, 4 niggas. Old girl daddy and shit. Like the niggas that was trying to fuck up her daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nigga, you already beating up on people. Like, come on, man.
Wait, there was
That's
only
not
one.
how. That's not.
Technically, there was only one scene of bullying, and it was the train station scene. They got into a little
Yeah,
altercation at the school, but
yeah.
there was no scene where Danielson got his ass beat.
Danielson got his ass beat. Hillary Swank was getting ran around the city, and fucking Jaden. Them kids had Jaden ass spooked.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden was ready to leave the country.
Yeah,
We forget. Jaden was ready to leave the country because them kids was fucking him up.
I think they missed out. They should have brought the homie that was the villain in that movie. They should have brought him into this new one from the Jaden movie.
The homie that was right. I thought they was gonna pop. I thought Jaden was gonna pop up.
He should have, but I don't know. Maybe he not
You got
into,
Han.
you know what I'm saying? Maybe he's not into like the acting like that. Let me see. When was the last time you seen Jaden? Like, I know he still be
That nigga
acting.
still acting. He just ain't doing like big roles. I don't know. Definitely see it. It's definitely something I was looking forward to. It's more from this. But it underproduced. It definitely didn't.
It's been a few.
Definitely didn't do what I thought it should. So,
Like I said, I enjoyed
Jaden
it.
last movie was in 2020.
Like I said, I enjoyed it, but it still irks me then that
Yeah,
they
it was cool for what it's worth. It was cool
got
for what it
acknowledged Cobra
was
Kai.
worth.
And the movie definitely felt more connected to the. It
Then
felt
have my
more.
nigga Miguel. Then
Okay, the movie felt like a continuation of the Jaden Smith Karate Kid movie. You know what I'm trying to say? More than it felt like from the
yeah,
movie.
yeah, it definitely, yeah,
Felt
it's
more
definitely
like
centered. Yeah, it's definitely centered. It's definitely more about Han
mhm.
and a continuation from that story, and then they brought in the Miyagi and
Yeah,
Daniel's
it
son
connected, but
to
that's what it felt like. It felt like more of
reminisce.
a
Yeah,
Han movie than it felt like the actual
because
OG.
honestly, the way it was set up, there was really no need for Miyagi or Daniel's son.
Yeah, it really wasn't. I felt
There
like
was
the
really
other
no
trainer.
need for them.
I felt like the trainer for like the bag uh
The bad guy.
yeah I felt like he was supposed to be, not saying it, but he didn't really have a crazy role like that. But he was supposed to be Crease-esque. But
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But there was no real development of his character either. Like, on the training side of that gym. Like, he was supposed to be the antagonist guy, the Creed guy, but it wasn't even no character development even there.
yeah, his role was kind of small. And oh man, you just, like, shout out to the movie, but you just be watching shit and be like, how the fuck that happened? They was tapping the Metro card and shit in the train station instead of swiping it. They was fucking tapping that shit. That I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And then when he actually wins, this is supposed to be a big tournament, big venue where a tournament is.
Right.
He wins,
Yeah.
and there's no security at all. They just get to that. Oh, we're gonna jump him because he won.
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna beat his
Right.
ass because
Yeah.
he won. Like,
Yeah, and they just get on the stage and they just have an all-out brawl and shit.
it's like,
No security there.
what the
Nobody
fuck?
to stop it. This official tournament, this thing that happens every year.
That's promoted heavily.
These thugs
Yeah,
just
people,
gonna come out and we gonna get him
yeah, we're just gonna beat his ass because he won.
around the city.
Yo, shit,
The whole city know about this tournament.
bro. Shit's hilarious.
And these three thugs just go. Also, another thing, they in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
This, mind you, this is a 16 and under tournament.
Mm-hmm.
The kid he's training, he beats up the kid that he was training with. And then the adults, he jumps after the adults. They like, nigga, you're a child fighter in the gym with adult fighters. Why are they jumping?
That's it.
Nigga, you're 16.
Man, that's just crazy. But I guess that's to show like how badass he was. They had the adults scared of him. But I just feel like, oh, it's crazy. They even took out the
The what? Oh, yeah. The wax on, wax off?
no, not even the wax on. I'm saying they took out the dirty aspect. This one was just a clean fight. He just lost. He didn't do nothing dirty. Like in all the other movies, they did some like dirty, shit. It was just a straight fight. He lost.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, some of the essence of what's Karate Kid they didn't have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just, I don't know. It felt short. It fell short of what we expect from a Karate
and on
Kid
top
movie.
of that, homie learned Miyagi-Do in like a week. Like he learned Miyagi-Do in like a week.
Yo,
Right.
exactly.
That's just showcase like how nice he was.
And then again,
to the shit, but
right. And then they wouldn't really fight for nothing because like Han come, Buddy lose the boxing fight, and then Han like my friend's issues is my issues. You gonna get in this tournament, and we gonna train you, and we gonna get Daniel son, and we gonna do this shit in a week, and you gonna win, and you gonna pay for this. This nigga.
It's like there was no real reason to throw him in that tournament. Obviously,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's reason, but there wasn't like clear like
there was no trials and tribulations
all day, and then Miss Miyagi,
right?
Oh, tournament, yeah, we gonna be in that because y'all want to beat him all day. Watch now, watch this one. Homie just, what's crazy? He just
involved himself in somebody else shit.
Yeah,
he involves himself in somebody else shit.
He's randomly popped up like, yo. Yeah,
I'm the saver now.
Yeah, I enjoyed them. Listen, I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed it. Oh, but for the kid aspect, the kid aspect, there was reasoning. He was trying to help. He was trying to help them get the money because he owed money. His whole point was that the
Right.
point of him joining the tournament was to win the 50K. That was the point, to win the 50K. That was the reasoning.
Yeah, I know that's why he joined, but it's like, nigga, this ain't your fight. You don't have nothing to prove. There's nothing like Danielson literally was getting harassed by these kids.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden was getting harassed. Hillary was getting harassed. These kids that didn't know nothing, these Miyagi and Han said, look, we're going to build you up. We're going to strengthen you because we're not going to allow people to continue to bully you. You're not going to be looking for fights, but you're going to be strong enough to defend yourself against the bullies of the world. This nigga was nice already. Wasn't nobody bullying him. You lose this tournament, so fucking what? You still one of the nicest nigga in the city.
Yeah. But
the setup, the character, the story. I don't know,
like that.
It was cool watching it.
Yeah, I like the character, the cast. The cast was. I think they casted like the cast.
Yeah,
they have a good cast.
Cast was cool. I like again the Danielson High thing. The girl was cute.
Shit,
the kid, he was
homie
cool.
Was, I liked how they switched up, but homie was training the dad. He was training the dad.
Right. Exactly.
He's like, what the fuck they did?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. He come in training the dad, and the dad won the fight, and they cheated.
Mm-hmm. Or that's the only
thing like,
the Karate Kid dirty tactic. It's like homie elbowed him, and
that wasn't his fight.
I see the switch.
That wasn't his fight.
Now thinking about it, I see the switch up now, but it's like I enjoyed the movie. We can it was cool. Pick it apart, but I enjoyed
John, because as we talk more, we gonna keep saying shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying we could definitely pick it apart, but I enjoyed it. I like the cast. I feel like they could have made it a little more creative and fun for the Danielson connection, but they should have just connected it to Cobra Kai. Because at the end of the day, it's all connected. Like to try to.
The only reason why we got this movie is because of the success of Cobra Kai.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? No, definitely. But the whole point is Cobra Kai is the continuation of the original franchise. So for you to come out a karate movie and connect it to the original franchise and not try to connect Cobra Kai, it doesn't make sense because Cobra Kai is connected to the original franchise. You're bringing Danielson, so the fact that you're bringing Danielson, I guess that's the one nod to Cobra Kai. People could say is,
and then y'all, in fact, y'all understand how pivotal Cobra Kai is because then y'all in fact bring Johnny back because y'all know how much the culture loved Johnny and the Cobra Kai show.
But yeah, that's true. I guess him popping up is because of the success of Cobra Kai, but also Johnny was an original movie. Like he's an OG character. He's
the original antagonist.
Mm-hmm. So it's like the fact that it's like you see them in the same room is because of the Cobra Kai. I forgot. Did they show the time jump between this and the Cobra Kai verse? I don't recall if I seen that in the movie.
No,
it was never mentioned.
Nope. It just the pull up to Miyagi though. When it's happening.
They made Miyagi-Do look mad different too.
Made it look like ran down. It looked ran down and shit from the show.
Look like anybody ever trained that shit for like forever.
Yeah, it don't look like nobody's been there. Yeah, it looked ran down like it's been deserted.
Crazy, but it kind of makes sense.
Miyagi don't.
I think he was in Cobra Kai. He was shutting it down, and they had the one space where they was gonna take all the kids to. It was gonna become more like if you was like an OG Cobra Kai character, you could pull up.
Yeah, but Daniel looked like he ain't even been active.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. So it's crazy. Now we
I
gotta
don't
get to
know,
the
bro.
part where we rate it. We gotta give it our shits. We always give y'all the, what it means. The more shits, the worse. The less shits, the better. Overall, how many shits are you giving Cobra Kai Legends? 3?
3 shits.
I don't think it was that bad. I'm gonna go 2.
3 shits to 2.5. 2.5, man.
Two,
Two
two
and
and
a
a half.
half.
I think 2 to 2.5 for me is the range, but you got 2.5. 3. I don't think it was that
Because
bad.
two and a
I
half,
enjoyed it.
2.5, 2.5. I'm really being reasonable because the setup of the story was really bad.
Mhm. Nah, I
I
see what you're saying.
like the characters. I, I like the fight, but the setup for the story is really a bad character. The Karate Kid, because this nigga was already nice, training niggas to fight.
It was very the movie definitely
There
the
was no
story was
need
moved
for the
story moved the story moved very like it moved very fast. Like the movie moved very fast.
very fast. There was really no need. There's really no need for Daniel-san and Miyagi, though it was no need for it. The way it was set up, you could have just continued with the Jaden Smith and Han story, and that been okay. But because they know how much Cobra Kai has meant to this world, they had to find a way to mix it in. But the way they mixed it in was lukewarm. It was whack.
Yeah,
So for that, I really want to give it a 3, but I'm being nice. I'm being nice with a 2.5.
because I agree with you. I felt like the story was like fast. It's like he was already nice. Did they really need Daniel? Like, did he really need to learn Miyagi-Do to win against that opponent?
They didn't, bro.
Like, obviously, it shows how they showcase how like he was the top dog, but
And again, Miyagi-Do is a defense, bro. It's a lot of things that was like, I don't know, bro. I
like I said,
don't know. I just don't know. I feel like this was a reach, and this is the worst out of the Karate Kid movies to me.
dang, that's unfortunate. But do you think they should do a sequel?
I I I think this no.
Is there no sequel?
If it ain't gonna be heavily Cobra Kai centered, there's no need for one based on this story.
Oh, you know how dope. Yeah, they could do it. They could.
I'm good for
You're for the.
I'm
You're,
good. I'm good for more stories. I'm good for more stories in the universe. But this story, there's no need to continue this story.
He's already nice doing the part 2. It's part 2. They take it back to the Sekai Taikai. They bring that part of Cobra Kai into it, world tournament style, and he's trying to do the world tournament. And you could bring back other characters, like from Cobra Kai, like the younger characters or some shit. They could connect. They could cook up, man. They could definitely cook up if they choose to. But like I said, that story went
I
fast.
would I would rather see more of Cobra Kai characters. I would rather see more Cobra Kai characters being developed in a full length type movie than continuing with this one.
I think they just gotta bring it all in. I know they bring Danielson, but he gotta meet some Cobra Kai characters. They gotta go to Cali. The kid gotta meet Johnny. They gotta just bring it in. They gotta bring it in. But no, it
Yeah.
it is what it is. With that being said, that's a wrap on this brand new episode of Another City Opinion Podcast. Your boy John, my co-host Devin, Dev in the back, and we are out.